such hope? Will it be a boy?
Oh, yes, a boy.
Oh, I weep with joy.
Oh. You two go wait inside the church while I wait here for the women. Stay out of sight. And when they've gone, I'll tell you how it went. I don't know who is fooling whom. That con artist Ligorio told me that first tall tale just to test me. If I hadn't agreed, he wouldn't have told me his real plan. But since the first one was a lie, they weren't worried if I refused. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. And so they've deceived me. But this deception will prove profitable to me. Both Nietzsche and Callimaco are rich, so I should be able to squeeze them both for money. They both want this little affair kept secret, as do I. So I have no fear. Oh, but I do fear Madonna Lucrezia may prove difficult because she is, wise and good. But I will appeal to her goodness and make it work in my favor. I mean, in the end, women aren't the brightest. If one can string a few words together, everyone is amazed. For in the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Oh, here she comes with her mother, Sostrata, who has as many morals as a sieve has water. She will be a great help in convincing her.
You know, Lucrezia, that I have nothing but your best interests at heart, and I would do nothing to dishonor your spotless reputation. I have told you before, and I am telling you again, that if Friar Timoteo says there is nothing to burden your conscience, then you should do it without thinking.
This is what I've been afraid of, that Signore Nietzsche's desire to have children would lead him to do something crazy. Whenever he comes up with a new scheme, I get anxious. But of all the things he's come up with, this has got to be the strangest. To submit myself to dishonor and then be the cause of a man's death for dishonoring me? If I were the last woman on earth and the human race depended on me for regeneration, I would not agree to it.
You must speak to the priest and listen to what he has to say, and then do what he and all of us who love you advise you to do.
My heart aches.
Welcome, the both of you. I know why you have come, because Signore Nietzsche has spoken to me. Truthfully, I've been at my books for 2 hours studying this case, and I have found many things, both in particular and in general, that apply to us.
Do you speak the truth, or are you joking with me?
Oh, Madonna Lucrezia, is this a laughing matter? Don't you know me by now?
Yes, Father, but this seems to me the strangest thing I've ever heard.
I believe you, Lucrezia, but I don't want to hear you talk like this. There are many things, when seen from a distance, look terrible, unbearable, and strange. When you get closer, they become humane, bearable, familiar. As the saying goes, the fear of evil is worse than evil itself. And this case is one of those things.
Thank God want it so.
I want to go back to what I said before. As far as your conscience is concerned, this is the general rule. That when there is a certain good and an uncertain evil, you must never abandon the good out of fear of the evil. The certain good in this case is that you'll become pregnant and give birth to a child, gaining another soul for our Lord. The uncertain evil is that the man who sleeps with you after you drink the potion may die, or he may not die. But because there is some doubt, it would be better for your husband not to run the risk. And to say that the act is a sin is foolish, because it is the will that sins, not the body. The real sin is to displease your husband or to enjoy the act, which you won't. Besides this, you must consider the greater purpose in all of this. To gain your salvation in heaven and to please your husband. As the Bible says, the daughters of Lot, thinking themselves to be the last women on earth, slept with their father, but because their intention was good, they did not sin.
What are you talking me into?
Oh, be convinced, Lucrezia. Don't you see that a woman without children has no home? If her husband dies, she will be abandoned like a stray animal.
I swear to you, Lucrezia, on my holy office, that obeying your husband in this matter will burden your conscience no more than eating meat on a Friday, a sin that can be cleansed with a little holy water.
Where are you leading me, Father?
I'm leading you into something for which you will always remember me in your prayers, and you'll be much happier for this a year from now.
She'll do as you want. Father, I'll put her to bed myself tonight. What are you afraid of, Lucrezia? There are 50 women in this city who would thank heaven to be in your shoes.
I give my consent, but I think I will die before morning comes.
Oh, don't fear, my daughter. I will pray to God for you and ask the Archangel Raphael to intercede and comfort you. Now go in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy... Father, Son... what is it? Now go in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and prepare for this mystery, as it is getting dark.
Peace be with you. Father,
God and Our Lady, help me.
Ligorio, come here.
How did it go?
Well, Lucrezia and her mother are on their way home, prepared to everything we want. There will be no trouble. Her mother will put her to bed and stay with her.
Now, is this true?
Are you kidding me? Oh, praise Jesus! Your deafness is cured.
St. Clement has granted him a miracle.
Oh, and you'll certainly want to donate to the church so we can spread the news of your miracle.
Let's stick to the subject. Will my wife give us any trouble on what we're trying to do here?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I am the happiest man on earth.
Oh, I believe it. You'll be the father of a boy and the envy of all.
Father, go to your prayers, and if we need anything else, we'll come and find you. Signora Nietzsche, go home to your wife and make sure she doesn't change her mind. I'll find Dr. Calamaco and make sure he sends you the potion. We'll meet again an hour after sunset to carry out the next phase of our plan.
Okay, I'm off.
Go in peace. How fortune and nature balance each other. You never get the good without getting the bad. The higher my hopes rise, the higher my fears rise too. There is no rest anywhere I turn. Sometimes I ask myself what the hell I'm doing. After I've won her, then what? Will I wake up and realize what a jerk I've been? As they say, the grass is always greener on the other side. On the other hand, the worst that can happen is I die and go to hell as many people have before me. I'm sure it's full of lots of good people like Machiavelli and Jeffrey Epstein, so I won't be alone. I say to myself, brace yourself. Look your fate in the eye. Don't rush into danger, but if you can't avoid it, turn and face it like a man. And so I try to bolster my courage, but it doesn't last very long. Soon I'm overcome with my desire to be with Lucrezia. And my head starts spinning, my heart racing, and everything in my body goes limp. Well, almost everything.
Good news.
Really good news?
Really, really good news. The best.
Lucrezia has agreed?
Yes.
And the priest has done what we needed?
He has.
Oh, God bless him. I will always pray for him.
Our good friar wants something other than prayers.
What will he want?
Money.
Oh, give it to him. How much do you promise him?
300 ducats.
You did well.
So did he. Nietzsche has already forked over 25 of them.
How?
Don't ask so many questions. He paid, that's all.
And what did Lucrezia's mother do?
Almost everything. When she found out her daughter could have a sin-free night of fun, she didn't stop begging, bossing, and reassuring Lucrezia until she led her to the priest and made sure she'd agree to it.
Oh, God, what did I do to deserve all this? I could die of happiness.
Okay, who is this guy? First he's dying of grief, now he's dying of happiness. I think he just wants to die. Have you got the potion ready?
Yes, I've got it.
What are you sending them?
A bottle of mulled wine. Just the thing to calm the nerves and getting one in the mood. Oh, what an idiot I've been.
What is it? What's happened?
There's no solution.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's all for nothing. I painted myself into a corner.
Why? Tell me what's wrong!
Don't you remember that I told Nietzsche that you, he, Ciro, and I would kidnap, grab someone to sleep with his wife?
Why does that matter?
Why does it matter? If I'm with you, I can't be the one that's grabbed. If I'm not with you, Nietzsche will know something's up.
True, but isn't there some way around this?
I don't think so.
Let me think about this a
Oh,
minute.
great. I'm really screwed if you start thinking about it now.
I've got it!
What?
The friar, Matteo will help us.
How?
We all have to disguise ourselves, so I'll disguise the priest and he'll distort his voice. I'll just tell Nietzsche that it's you. It'll be dark enough he won't be able to tell the difference.
I like it, but what will I do?
Throw on a small cloak, grab a lute, and singing a song.
Unmasked?
Yes, because if you wear a mask, he'll suspect something.
He'll recognize me.
No, because he'll contort your face. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue, close an eye, and scowl.
Like this?
No.
This way.
More?
Now,
Good! Remember that
that is a
one.
good one.
Yeah, I like it. I've got a false nose at home. I want you to put that on too.
Okay, what's next?
As you come around the corner, we'll be there waiting. We'll grab you,
Grab me.
blindfold you, spin you around, bring you inside, and shove you into bed. The rest is up to you.
But that's the hard part.
Well, that's your problem, not mine. All I can do is get you into bed the first time. Getting back there again is your job.
What do you mean?
You have to win her tonight. And before you leave, tell her who you are, the plot, how much you love her and want to be with her, how she can remain your friend without dishonor, and how great a dishonor it would be to become your enemy. But don't worry. It's impossible she will refuse to see you again.
You think so?
I'm sure of it. But let's not waste any more time. The hour approaches.
Okay.
Call Ciro, see the potion to Nietzsche, and wait for me at home. I will find the priest, disguise him, and bring him here. Then we'll meet Nietzsche and go from there.
Great, off you go. Ciro!
You called?
Come here.
Here I am.
Go get the goblet from my bedroom closet, cover it with a napkin, and bring it to me, but be careful not to spill it.
Done.
Ciro has been with me for 10 years now and has always served me faithfully. I think I can trust him in this matter, even though I haven't told him much about it, but he's clever enough, and I'm sure he's just figured it out and is just going along with it.
Here it is.
Good. Now bring this to Signore Nietzsche and tell him that this is the medicine his wife is to drink after she eats supper. The sooner she eats, the better. We'll be at the corner at the appointed time. Hurry.
I'm off.
Wait. If he wants you to wait, then come back with him. If not, come back immediately after you've delivered the medicine. Get it?
Got it.
Good.
Come in. Hi, Hero.
Just waiting now for Liguria to return with the friar. Whoever said waiting was the hardest part was telling the truth. I'm sweating off 10 pounds an hour thinking about where I am now and where I will be in 2 hours. And agonizing over every little thing that could go wrong, because if it does, then I'll kill myself. Jump out a window, or hang myself, or slit my throat in her doorway. Anything not to live any longer. Oh, but is that Ligurio coming? Oh, it is him. But who is that lame hunchback with him? That must be the friar. If you've seen one of those friars, you've seen them
Don't
all.
shuffle. No shuffling. Absolutely
Who's
not.
that with you, Ligurio?
God. Gentlemen,
Is he really lame or is he just faking?
mind your own business.
He has the face of a great criminal.
Be quiet. You're bothering me. Where's
I'm
Calamaco?
right here. Welcome back.
Ah, Calamaco. Speak to this nut job, will you? He's already said 1,000 crazy things.
Listen, Ciro. You must do everything Ligurio tells you to do tonight as if I were the one telling you. Anything you see, hear, or feel, you must keep absolutely secret. My life, my honor, my fortune depend on it as well as yours.
It will be done.
Did you give Signore Nietzsche the goblet?
Yes, I did.
What did he say?
Everything will be ready.
Is this Calamaco? At your command. Let me clarify the terms between us. My fortune and I are at your disposal.
Oh, I understand and believe it. And may I say, I've done things for you that I've not done for any man on earth.
Oh, your efforts will not go unrewarded.
Oh, your goodwill is enough.
Enough of these civilities. Ciro and I will disguise ourselves. Come with us, Calamaco, and get ready too. The friar will wait for us here. We'll come back in a minute or two, and then we'll go find Signore Nietzsche.
Great, let's go.
I'll wait for you. It's true what they say. Bad company can lead men to the gallows. But being too good can also bring you trouble. I mean, God knows I didn't intend to harm anyone. I stayed in my cell. I looked after my parishioners. But then that devil Ligurio appeared before me. First I dipped my finger in sin. Then my arm. And now I'm up to my neck in it, and who knows how much further I'll sink. But I take comfort in this. If something is important to a lot of people take care. Oh, but here comes Ligurio and that servant returning. Welcome back.
Do we look okay?
Perfect.
We're missing Nietzsche. Let's head towards his house. It's almost time. Let's go.
Someone's opening his front door. Is that his servant?
No, it's Nietzsche.
You're laughing.
Who wouldn't laugh, Ciro? Look at him. He's wearing a cloak that doesn't even cover his ass. And what is that on his head? Oh my God, it's like one of those hoods that monks wear. And he's even got a little sword. Smelling something or other. Quick, let's stand over there. Maybe we can hear some little drama about his wife.
That wife of mine is making me crazy. She sent her maid to her mother's house and our servant to our country house. Which makes sense, of course. But what doesn't make sense is the stink she's making about getting into bed. I don't want to. How will I do this? What are you making me do? Mother of mercy! If her mother hadn't threatened to shove a leak up her ass, she would have never gotten into bed. It's ridiculous and... Hey, do I look good or what? I look taller, younger, and thinner. Ooh, there isn't a woman in Florence who would charge me to bed her.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, my!
Don't be afraid, it's us.
Oh, you're all here. If I didn't recognize you, I would have run you straight through with my sword. Ligurio, Ciro, and who is that? Is that Dr. Calamaco?
You are correct, sir.
Get out! His disguise is so good, his own dog wouldn't even know him.
I had him put 2 walnuts in his mouth so no one would recognize his voice.
Oh, if I knew it was so important to conceal our voices, I would have put 2 nuts in my mouth, too.
Put this in your mouth.
What is it?
Ball of wax.
Oh, give it to me.
Here, wax.
Oh, curse you! Curse you, damn you to hell! Dr. Calamaco, what do you have to say about this?
Ligurio, you made me angry.
Oh, you disguise your voice really well.
We're losing time here. I'll be in charge and draw up the plan of attack. Calamaco will be on the right flank. I'll be on the left. Nietzsche will be in the middle. And Ciro will bring up the rear. The watchword is Saint Cuckoo.
Now, who is Saint
The
Cuckoo?
most honored saint in France. Let's go. We'll set our trap on this corner. Listen. I can hear a lute.
I think that's a man. What should we do about him?
Send out a scout to see who it is, and then we'll act on his report.
Now, who will go?
Ciro! You go. You know what you have to do. Observe, investigate, and report back to us as quickly as possible.
I'm off.
No, I don't want us to grab some old man or somebody sick and have to go through the same game again tomorrow
I
night.
have no doubt. Ciro's a good man. Ah, he's back. What did you find out, Ciro?
He's the most handsome young man you've ever seen. He's not yet 25, wearing shabby clothes and playing a lute.
Sounds hot. He's just what we need if what you say is true. But watch out, you're in the soup if it isn't.
He's just as I told you.
We'll grab him as soon as he comes around the corner. Go!
Dr. Calamaco, you're standing there like a tree. Here, come next to me.
May you sleep with the devil, if it can't be me. When I was 10, I fucked a tree. I dreamed of branches for 5 months more, till I could finally afford a whore. The lady made me promise I must never kiss her, but that hurt less than the tree's rough splendor. What I want you to know what this story means is, don't pull out too fast or you'll rip your penis.
Stand! Don't give me the
Oh, help! What have I done?
You city cover his head.
Oh, no! Ah!
Spin him again.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Now put him in the house.
I don't want this to happen!
I'm going home to get some rest. My head is killing me. I will not come back unless you need me tomorrow.
Of course, Doctor. Go home. We can handle things here.
I was so restless. I could barely sleep a wink last night, wondering how Calamaco and everyone else made out. Ligurio and Ciro probably ate. Nietzsche prowled about, making sure everything went according to plan. Callimaco and Lucrezia, like me, I'm sure didn't get much sleep either. I mean, let's face it. If you or I were in their position, we certainly wouldn't be napping. But as for me, I tried killing time in other ways. I read some of my morning office. I read some of the lives of the saints. Went into the church to light a lamp that had gone out and to change the veil on the statue of the Madonna that performs miracles. How many times have I told those friars of mine that they have to keep her clean? And they wonder why offerings are dropping off. People will not pay to see dirty saints. You know, not too long ago, there were 500 votive candles burning for her. Today, there's fewer than 20. I mean, cleanliness equals godliness, and godliness equals money. We used to lead processions after evening services and squeeze money out of people in the confessionals. Now we don't do any of that anymore. And my brothers are wondering why devotions are falling. No brains, no vision. Oh, hold on. I heard all hell breaking loose at Nietzsche's house. It looks like they're throwing their guest out.
Lucario, grab him on that side. I got him on this side, Ciro. Take him from the back.
Oh, don't hurt me. Don't be afraid. Just hit the road.
We should stop here.
Right. We should leave him here. Let's spin him a couple times so he doesn't know where he came from.
Spin him, Ciro.
Here we go.
Spin him again.
Voila!
Oh, where's my loot? Treat it, punk. If I hear you telling anyone about this, I'll cut your throat. Get out of here. Now.
He's gone. Now let's go home and change out of these disguises.
Good idea.
Niccolò, Ciro, go tell Dr. Callimaco how it went.
What can we tell him? We don't know anything. Once we got inside, we went off to eat and drink while you and your mother-in-law watched over things. We didn't see you again until you called us to get rid of him.
That's true. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about what happened. Now, my wife was in bed in the dark, and Sistrata was waiting for me by the fire. I came in with the young punk, and just to make sure there were no unpleasant surprises, if you know what I mean, I threw him into the closet with just enough light for me to see him, but he couldn't get a good look at me.
Smart thinking.
I told him to take his clothes off. He made a stink about it, so I went at him like a mad dog until he ripped his clothes off and he was naked! You haven't seen such an ugly face. Huge nose, contorted mouth. But he had such beautiful skin. Ooh, so soft and smooth and, oh, as for the rest of it, oh, don't ask.
Don't tell. No, I'm assuming it was adequate, but why did you have to check him out?
Are you kidding? I wanted to make sure he was healthy. If he had coronavirus, where would I be then?
I hadn't thought about that.
And when I made sure he was healthy, I threw him out of the closet, as I've done to many men before. I put him into bed, and I put the covers over him. Before I left, I wanted to make sure everything was going okay. So I stuck my hand under the covers just to make sure the drawbridge was being raised.
Wow, you had a good grasp of that situation.
Oh, I did. I even got a little moat water on my hand.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
And when I was satisfied things were taking shape, I left, locked the doors, and went to Sistrata by the fire where we talked all night.
What did you talk about?
Oh, we talked about the baby I could already feel in my arms. I heard the clock strike. Thinking it was light, I went back to the bedroom, and would you believe it, I practically had to set the bed on fire to get him up.
I believe it.
He was completely spent. At last, we got up, I called you, and we took him outside.
So, everything went well.
Except, something worries me.
What?
That poor young man will have to die soon, because his night of pleasure will cost him so dearly.
Oh, well, don't worry about that. That's his problem.
That's true, okay. But I can't wait to tell Dr. Callimaco how it went and congratulate him.
He'll be outside within the hour. We'll go and change.
What about you?
Well, I'll go home and change and get my wife up and bathed so she can be purified. I want you and Dr. Callimaco to be there, so we can all thank the friar for what he's done.
Excellent idea. That's just what we'll do.
what was just said, considering what an idiot that lawyer Nietzsche is. Especially the part about thanking me. Well, now I'm off to the church where I can meet them and charge them more for the services I have delivered.
Like I was telling you, at first I didn't feel right about what I was doing. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the physical pleasure of it. But eventually, I told her who I was and how much I loved her and how we could live happily without anyone knowing, thanks to her husband being thick as a brick, and promised to marry her as soon as God saw fit to take him to his reward. But when she experienced the difference between my lovemaking and that of her husband's, she sighed and said,
Because your cleverness, my husband's stupidity, my mother's dishonesty, and my confessor's wickedness have led me to do what I would never have done willingly. I must believe heaven has willed this, and since I cannot refuse the will of heaven, I surrender to it. What my husband wanted for one night, I want forever. You will become his friend. Come to church this morning and afterwards dine with us here. You can then come and go as you please, and we can be together without anyone suspecting a thing.
When she said this, I almost died of joy.
My friend, I'm happy that you are happy, and that everything turned out the way I promised. So what do we do now?
We'll go to the church. I promised her I'd be there when she, her husband, and mother arrive.
Oh, I hear the door opening.
Oh,
Come now.
Let's go then and wait for them there.
Lucrezia, I think everything should be done according to God's law, not just willy-nilly.
So what do we have to do now?
Oh, look at how she answers. Isn't she the proud peacock?
You shouldn't be surprised. She went through a lot last night.
What do you mean according to God's law?
I'm saying I should have you meet the friar at the front door of the church so you can be purified, because it will be as if you were reborn this morning.
So what are you doing here? Go.
Look at how she answers. What are we, the ruffled hen? Last night you seemed half dead.
Thanks to you.
Now go and find the friar. Oh wait, there's no need. He's coming out of the church.
I've come outside because Callimaco and the Gurio told me that Signora Nietzsche and Lucrezia were on their way to the church. Ah, here they come.
Buenos dias, Father.
Oh, welcome, Madonna Lucrezia. May God grant you a healthy baby boy.
May it be God's will.
Oh, he wills it without a doubt.
God save you.
Oh, doctor, take my wife's hand, please.
Oh, with pleasure.
Lucrezia, thanks to this man, we will have a staff to support us in our old age.
I thank you, dear sir, and I hope you will become our dear friend.
God bless you, sir. You and Ligurio will dine with us this morning.
I won't take no for an answer.
I know.
You know what? You know what? I'm going to give you the keys to the ground floor room of the loggia.
Oh.
So you can come and go as you please. Oh, poor boys. They have no women to care for them at home.
Oh, thank you very much. I will put it to good use.
I'm sure you will.
Not to change the subject, but when do you think I will be paid for the alms?
Oh, well, they will be sent today.
And what about Zero? Surely he deserves something for his trouble.
Oh, all he has to do is ask. Oh, what's mine is his. Lucrezia, what shall we give the friar for purifying you?
Give him 10 ducats.
Oh, holy hell, woman!
Madama Sostrata, you seem to have regained your youth.
Father, I am happy. How could I not be?
Now let us all go into the church where I will perform the ceremony. After the service, you will be able to go home and eat at your leisure. You in the audience, you do not need to wait until the service is over. It is a long service, and they will exit out the side doors as I remain inside the church. You're free to go. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.